谢谢你支持我们的节目，我们下次再见了，拜。
好，收工。
好了。
好 ，Ken 哥，我们去吃饭了。你在干嘛？你在干嘛？
没有啊，我在减肥，再加上月底到，我现在只能吃草啊。
哦，我朋友开素食餐厅的，我带你去吃啊。
啊，真的啊
？UncleQ 创意蔬食位于台湾师范大学附近，是间创意素食餐厅。今天的肯尼约一下，想必大家已经猜到我们跟谁有约了吧？废话不多说，别让 Q 叔叔等太久，我们赶快进去赴约吧。
今天来这个餐厅啊，我觉得气氛很好，而且餐厅的主人是我认识的。可是我真的不知道我们的制作人 Frank 也认识他。Hi Quincy, how are you?
Good. How you doing?
I'm pretty good. Do you really know my producer Frank?
Frank, the producer. Absolutely, I know him.
Okay, good. So I'm very surprised that walking to the restaurant, seeing you here. So have you been doing this restaurant business for quite a while now?
It's coming up almost on a half a year now. So things been going good. I'm really loving the support that I'm getting from the fans. The chef doing an amazing job at all the ingredients and the different dishes that we're trying out. It's vegan. It's good for the earth, good for the people, and I'm really enjoying this experience.
Okay, Quincy. A lot of fans know you as the ball player on the court. But can you tell us a little bit about where you come from in the U.S. and how they came about to come to play professional basketball in Taiwan?
I am originally from Los Angeles, California. My mom is originally from the South, from Alabama. Went to university like most ball players do. Played really well there. Didn't get a chance to follow my dreams of going to the NBA, but the next best thing is playing overseas. So I immediately started my journey to go overseas in Europe. Had a couple offers. And then this is the era of the cell phone and YouTube videos, so I got a chance to post a lot of my videos there and got an offer to play in China. Played really well there. We won championship there in NBL. I guess with the close ties to China and Taiwan, they somehow heard about me. And I got the opportunity to come to Taiwan, and so the rest is history. You know, I've been here ever since and haven't played anywhere else yet.
Winning championship in SBL is a big accomplishment, and so I'm sure all the fans remember the days of Puyuan, UncleQ winning the championship. And plus, how did it come about to really considering become a naturalized player for Taiwan? Because to give up U.S. citizenship to become a Taiwanese citizen. It must be a very tough decision, right?
Right. When I first got here, playing in the SBO, Puyuan didn't have the championship. We were in search of that hunger to get a championship, and then after back-to-back championships against some pretty good talent during that time was really an accomplishment. So my boss came to me and was like, we really need help on the national team level. I wasn't the biggest, wasn't the strongest, tallest, but he really believed in me, so the opportunity came to join the national team, which I had to give up my U.S. citizenship, and spoke with my mom, and my mom's always been supportive of me being happy and me following my dreams, so it was a no-brainer. She just said, will I always be able to come visit you? I was like, absolutely. So we signed the paperwork and got it completed, and I was able to play for the national team. It was a really huge sacrifice because I had to be here, year round. SBO, now national team. So this national team finished, back to SBO. So huge sacrifice not being around your family year in, and but something that I really wanted to do and really wanted to continue my career with basketball. So huge sacrifice, but I really enjoy it.
And becoming a Taiwanese, you're not doing this thing halfway. You're very serious about it, right? You even bought a house in Taiwan, and you start your own business. And plus, I've been to your house. You are a very selective person because you got great neighborhood. You got good neighbor and good taste in your house, and so you are also an eco-friendly guy because you drive an electric car. And now you open a vegan restaurant. Now, what motivated you to open a business like this, and a vegetarian-only restaurant, especially Taipei, Taiwan is a very meat-infested type of population. And what drives you to open a vegan restaurant?
Well, basically being in Taiwan and really loving the culture and being accepted, I feel like you have to really engulf yourself in the traditions that they practice, whether it's the Lantern Festival or trying the different foods and trying to speak the language, which I haven't quite mastered yet. But
you got time.
I've always been a rebel, so to speak, of going against what the flow is.
Right.
So I said, why not live in another country? Why not try something different? A switch up, a change in my life. So I decided to come here and playing sports and trying to figure out different ways to become more healthy was my mission. So when I was here and I felt changes in my body or my body wasn't really responding the way I wanted to, I decided, why don't I try some different ways? Why don't I cut out some dairy, cut out some meat that I've been eating? And even though everybody's eating it and everybody's seeing it, again, that rebel inside of me is like, it's got to be a different change. You know what I mean? So I decided to take on that approach and really just, try veganism. And so far, it's been good to me.
There are a lot of myths about athletics and dieting that if you are a competitive athlete, especially basketball that demands a lot of energy, protein and this kind of diet, and become a vegan is a disadvantage. Is that true?
Not really. Again, I'm a rebel, so I try to think outside the box, and I understand that a lot of stuff is done to make profit.
Right.
So when I look at it in that aspect, I'm like, why are they forcing this dairy or this meat or this different things, to push it and try to get us to do it? When I was that kid once who saw Michael Jordan with the milk mustache and all these different athletes, it's like, but I was also that kid that had bad stomach aches when I was little because I'm trying to finish a whole gallon of milk every day. And I'm trying to figure out, Mom, what's going on? Like, help me, you know what I mean? So, and I realized that that's not it, you know what I mean? So when you really look at the different animals who are the strongest and the fastest, right here on Earth, it's like, wait, so what are they doing?
Right.
You know what I mean? What are they doing to become so strong and maintain? Because at the end of the day, muscle is muscle.
Right.
Energy is energy.
Right.
So where are they getting it from? And then it's like, okay, it's got to be the vegetables. It's got to be the grains. It's got to be the fruits. It's got to be, just plain water is what we need. So I decided to try that approach, and it's really been helping me.
Right. It looks like you're in a great healthy shape right now. So anytime we step into UncleQ's restaurant, what kind of food, what kind of dishes do you recommend?
I recommend whatever you really prefer. As far as I love Italian food. I love pastas. I love pizzas, and I also originally from America, so I love the hamburgers, and we love our hamburgers there. So basically, what I want to try to create here and show people is that you can still have fun foods.
Right.
Veganism doesn't have to be boring. You can still have the burgers and the pizzas and the pastas, and you won't know the difference because those vegetables is what flavors everything. So I really love the hamburgers because it comes with the French fries, it comes with that American style, so you can really still have fun and enjoy it without meat.
Sounds good. Whatever he just said. Yeah. So Quincy, I think a lot of fans out there want to know that besides your successful business, a restaurant, do you have any future plans as far as basketball goes? Or are you planning to go back and play basketball for anybody anytime soon?
Yes, I am trying to get back on the court.
Okay.
Obviously, health is a huge concern for me. My back hasn't been doing well in the recent years, even though the last year I played, it was successful by winning a championship, but
right.
I was in a lot of pain during that whole season. But I fought through it because a lot of things were on the line, contracts, just simple success,
right.
and wanting to show that I can still go. But we have to really just take a break and really get stronger and see how well it plays out. So I've been working out every day and playing pickup as much as I can just to try to get back on the court, but there's no promises as to when I'll be back.
Right. So right now, do you still have contract with Huyan or just anybody goes?
No contract right now. I haven't had a contract in the last 2 years with anybody, so
okay.
I would say I'm a little bit desperate to get back out there.
所以所有的球队请注意，我们有自由球员在这里。Okay. And the last thing that recently, Chinese Taipei national team played in the qualifying rounds.
Right.
And we demolished Malaysia. We killed them by 104 points. But we also got demolished by Japan.
Right.
What are your thoughts after watching these games?
It just goes to show that that we are capable, first of all, of scoring, 100 points. So we know we have the talent and the means to score the ball. But I'm not sure if Malaysia had any import players. Or they have any import players?
No, it was basically because of the coronavirus.
Oh,
so it was like very, just fast, quick decision to put together a team.
Oh, okay,
and they didn't really practice together. They came and got.
Well, in regards to us playing against Japan, I did see that Japan had some import players.
Right.
And I feel like with our experience and knowing that we need outside influence because basketball is a more Western thing, I feel like the support of having an import player is very important.
Right.
Very, very important. That player doesn't have to do much, but just his presence gives us the confidence to go compete and do things like that, because in the recent years we have beaten Japan.
Right.
And they have, beaten us, but it just goes to show that we definitely need some type of support from, Western influence to help, compete on that next level. And Japan did their homework, did what they were supposed to do, and bring in import players. And I feel like we just didn't do what we need to do to make that happen.
Right. I think international level, now, having a foreign player become naturalized is a trend.
Right.
Almost every strong team has somebody.
Right.
And except for us right now.
Right.
And like you said, maybe it's more of a confidence or a synergy issue. Mm-hmm. So what are your thoughts? Maybe what are your recommendations for our national team in the near future?
It's hard to say what the recommendations are because I don't really know what's going on in the head office. But I do know that we had no one to support us.
Right.
And it really hurts to know that we had no one, because after that game is over, I still need to walk the streets of Taiwan and people are looking at me like, we don't have anybody, but you're the next best thing that we know of. So it really puts a lot of pressure on me to know that we had no one again to represent us. So I hope that we can figure out something to get an import player in here, at least to show that we're trying to help, build a successful basketball team here in Taiwan. But I'm really not sure how we're going to go about doing that. But we have Coach Parker, who has years and years of NBA experience. I'm sure he has a lot of contacts. So I think it would be quite necessary to contact him and figure out, the best option on moving forward.
Right. So, okay. That's a good suggestion. And but I'm sure the fans want to know or find out that what are your future plans in the near future as far as, basketball or the restaurant business goes?
I'm not sure exactly some days which way I'm going towards. I just know that I love to eat. I love to give back to Taiwan as far as the community, as far as the youth. And so that's why I opened up this restaurant, to serve good food that I know is giving them good health, making them very happy, and also protecting the voiceless of animals with animal rights. And as far as basketball, I'm always going to be a part of basketball. I want to have a Davis camp in the future, and obviously teach English. So my heart is always going to be involved in basketball, and my restaurant of eating healthy and helping people is very important. And it kind of correlates with what's going on with this virus, which has been affecting people all over the world. And it's basically showing that, we can't just eat what we want to eat. You know what I mean? And not have any repercussions behind it. Everybody's like, we got to find a cure. We got to find a cure. But nobody's really talking about prevention and what caused this. And we have to take a step back and see what's caused this to happen and stop it from happening in the future, because what people do outside of this country does affect us, and what we do inside this country will affect them. So that's what a restaurant and eating healthy vegetables is very important, because no one never had a situation to where they had a bad case of vegetables. So
yeah, like you said, every action will cause a reaction, and the reaction is really affecting the entire Earth right now. And thank you for being with us today.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
No problem.
大家有听到了 ，Davis 在未来呢，应该会有篮球训练营，而且为台湾有更多的不同的发展。所以我们今天谢谢他来加入我们，谢谢。Thank you.
All right, thank you.